Fair warning, you guys, the audio for Leo, Virgo, and Libra are a tad bit messed up. I tried my best to fix it with like editing and voiceovers, but I apologize in advance. Mercury retrograde has struck again.
Hey y'all, hey, my name is Shay, and here's a reading for each zodiac sign in the month of May. How this is going to work, I'm going to give you a card from this manifestation deck to see what you're manifesting, and then we're going to get into your tarot cards to find out the little gritty details, okay? You can see the timestamps below for your sign, so you can skip ahead, and remember, this is for your sun, moon, and rising signs, so be sure to watch all three, and if it does not apply, let it fly. So let's go ahead and hop right in. Hey Taurus, so I pre-shuffled your manifesting card because time, but your card is last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. We know Virgo love them details, okay? So essentially, you have to do the boring stuff first, Taurus. You have to do the boring stuff first this month of May. You may already be trying to do the details, and realizing like, okay, I actually have to fix my worry, do the task, go to school, finish the project. Like I have to do these things and then maybe I can have fun. You may even get into, for some of you, a mood of not doing anything or kind of like procrastinating a little bit so that you can avoid the boring stuff that you don't want to do because you just want it all to go away or the problem to go away or the issue to go away or the worry to kind of just disappear so then you can do what you need to do. But actually, in order to get there, you kind of got to make it go there. And that's kind of probably going to be either your challenge or what you're realizing in May. But definitely something that you're manifesting or that's manifesting for you. So I love that. Let's go ahead and see the details. What does Taurus need to know about May 2023, Spirit? What are they experiencing in May 2023? And happy birthday, by the way. Just thought about it. What does Taurus need to know about May 2023? What are they experiencing? Okay, awesome. So first out, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Strength in reverse, ooh, and Three of Cups in reverse. I'm getting a little bit of, in upright. I'm getting a little bit of a message already. I think this Knight of Pentacles might be trying to come out, but I'll shuffle again. So essentially, there is kind of like a focus on money, work, and honestly, self-worth. You may be even considering trying to go after something or wanting to go after something and put your foot forward, but then it's almost like a how kind of feeling. But so that may only be for a few of you, but there's this over focus on money and almost being a little bit too, like almost hovering over it a little bit. And not just money, but we're talking about work, your projects, thinking about it too much, worrying about it too much, and also losing a little bit of strength. Some of you also may need to be careful about impulses, impulse buys, just doing stuff because it'll make you feel better, buying stuff because it'll make you feel better. Trying to almost doing a little bit of like escapism going on, okay? But there is some good news. We are spending time with people. We are feeling like we're in community. Obviously, it's your birthday, so I'm sure you're probably doing something big for your birthday, celebrating with other people, getting closer with people. I just got for somebody that you may need to get around, like get out of your box and start talking and hanging out with other people, or maybe you're planning on doing so. Oh my God, so my senses is going for y'all reading because there's something about needing to get out of your comfort zone or maybe get out of your head, get out of your box for a little bit and do something else, which will probably inspire you or make you want, like, make you get back on your things if you've been off a little. The magician was already turned over, right? So we're getting the tools that we need. We're gathering the tools that we need. We're gathering the resources in the month of May, and you're realizing like, oh, okay, I could fix this issue. It's not as big of a problem as I was making it. And like I said, we're assessing the situation. We're attending to the situation. So you may realize like, oh, it wasn't that this was going wrong or that I couldn't fix it or that it was just like a lost hope. I just needed to actually fix these little things. So do the details, do the task. Taurus. What does Taurus need to know about May 2023? What are they experiencing, Spirit? Okay, Page of Swords. Same message. All talk, no action. Right? We're struggling with that. And you may actually also have an air sign around you, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, that is also maybe bringing up those feelings for you or maybe calling you out on that. We're doing a lot of talking, but we're not doing a lot of doing. So that may be something that comes up or a constant theme. Somebody has a thing with cigarettes. I don't know, or maybe, the other type of smoking agent. Someone has a thing with cigarettes that I keep smelling, and that's why I said my senses are going crazy for y'all, because either you're trying to quit or you're realizing that those things are affecting your energy source. And if you don't think that, I'm gonna plant the seed. that may be what's affecting your energy source, because I do smell cigarette smoke. And no, I do not smoke, y'all. What does Taurus need to know about? And it's funny because I didn't even light my incense, so that's how y'all know. Ain't no smoking here. So what does Taurus need to know about May? Last card. What are they experiencing in May? Thank you. Okay. So the Lovers came out in reverse. Sun and Moon, interestingly enough, are kind of on their side. So we'll read them both. But the Lovers card is kind of like an unhealthy attachment and an unhealthy, like the unhealthy sides of a relationship kind of having problems, either being on the end of codependency or being on the end of just toxic. So that could be something that shows up for you this month, is trying to establish your individuality, not only from a romantic partner, but maybe even from like family and friends, like realizing how much you're allowing a relationship or your attachment to something or someone affect what you do in other areas in your life. And for somebody, the Lovers can also represent choices. So you may have a choice this month that you need to make between your comfort zone and what's going to make you better. Okay. Your focus is to get like overcome any type of self-doubt, overcome any sort of wanting to just kind of be lazy or sweep things under the rug, overcoming any doubt about your skills or abilities. And this doesn't mean like you don't feel self-confident. This could also just be like, well, this job is fine, even though I know I could get another one. This is fine. Or I could do, I could do better, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work out. I don't know if that's safe. I don't know. There's just kind of that need to get out of that mindset this month. Because we're kind of almost running and doing a little bit of avoidance. And I wanted to say to somebody really quick before I get to the Sun and Moon card in reverse. You have a natural talent, Taurus, that for some of you, you're not using and putting forward as much as you should, whether it's for financial reasons, whether it's for like, I've always operated this way, it's weird if I was to switch it up, like that kind of thing. There's some natural talent that some of you have that it's time to exercise in the month of May, and use to your ability to get things done, to work things out. The Sun and Moon both in reverse and like kind of could be upright because they did a little flippy flip, but definitely in reverse is that there is some lack of self-confidence or lack of being comfortable having to like deal with uncomfortable emotions that may come up for you in the month of May. Especially if something is delayed, if your money is delayed, if I don't know, you're starting to self-doubt yourself, like those things may come up a lot and cause you to go into comfort mode. I'm gonna just buy this, or I'm gonna just overwork, or I'm gonna do whatever that I need to do to make myself feel comfortable and avoid the issue at hand. For some of you, you need it, like we're talking about tuning out a negative voice with this Moon card. And I do think that there is somebody or something around you that you kind of need to tune out. And this is not necessarily related to whoever this person is, or this couple, or this family member, whoever that you're having a disagreement with about your actions. Possibly this is almost separate. There might be somebody around you that's planting a seed of doubt or just plain negativity. The way I'm picking it up is they always got a complaint, they always got a problem, and so they kind of come with you with the problem, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Like that's fine for somebody that needs a vent or to need, tell you what they think or whatever the case may be. But this seems like something that makes you question even your own decisions, or even makes you like feel like you should care about something more than you should. So that's something that I wanted to bring up and say to you all, is like, be discerning about what type of information you're taking in, especially if you don't align with that information. Okay. All right, Taurus, that's all I'm saying for you for the month of May. This was just a little quick read. Remember to attend to the situation and you're going to have a great May. Happy birthday. Love y'all. Bye. Hey Gemini, welcome to your quick read for May 2023. So your manifestations oracle card is first quarter moon in Virgo, assess the situation. We're just gonna put that right there for you all to see. Okay, so essentially with the assess the situation is that you need to obviously take a look around you and see if what's going on in your life is actually conducive to where you're trying to go, to your goals, right? So this card also asks you not to be too influenced by the people around you, by the crowd around you, and actually take stock of what you need to do and whether or not what you're doing is getting you where you need to go. Because it's easy to listen to what everybody else wants and what they say and be like, okay, I can include that. I can be flexible, which you should be flexible, but not so flexible that you almost lose strength. you almost lose the picture. I'm thinking of a rubber band and how, like, if you stretch it a little too far, a little too flexible, pops open, right? So it's the same kind of concept, but also assessing where you're going. Like, is what I'm doing right now conducive to what I want? Okay, so we're mixing that go-getter energy with like taking a step back, possibly feeling flirtatious. And when I say flirtatious, like being willing to entertain certain ideas and new things. Okay, that may be your vibe in May. So what does Gemini need to know about May 2023? What are my Geminis experiencing? Temperance. Ooh, good message here. Balance between your wants, someone else's wants. Balance between like what do they say? Everything in moderation, having a good balance of this and a little bit of good balance of that to like ultimately come to what you really want. Like, you can't do too much of something, but I'll get back into that. What does Gemini need to know about May 2023? What are they experiencing in May? Come on, Eight of Pentacles. Yes, very productive month. What does the zodiac sign Gemini need to know about May 2023? Page of Cups. That's great. That's a great sign. Gemini, what do my Geminis need to know about May 2023, Spirit? The Hermit. And what does Gemini need to know about May 2023? Thank you. Thank you. Four of Swords in reverse, Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, Gemini, so we have a lot to unpack here. Okay, so on the good side, there's trying to find harmony and balance in your schedule, in your activities, the things that you put your energy towards, like not doing too much or too little, like we talked about earlier. So a lot of you may be practicing a skill, mastering something, going to school, focusing on work, focusing on saving. For some of you, this may look like a lot of patience too. You may be trying to learn patience, or maybe this month teaches you patience. So that's something you may be working on and kind of incorporating into your day and every day in May. That may be your intention. For some of you, this looks like creativity, feeling inspired again. Because sometimes even when we're like at a low point, the moment we find a solution and we say, okay, this will help me with this, and we start working on it, we kind of get that little inspiration. And I think some of you are going to experience that. So to give an example, if you said I don't know, I want to be 10 pounds smaller or something like that. And so you say, okay, boom, I'm gonna start going to the gym. And you start going to the gym, and then that kind of gives you a little motivation because there's something new in your life. So now you feel creative. Now you feel inspired. Now you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So that's kind of the vibe that's going on for you. And for some of you, this may look like new relationships. I don't see that 100%. There could be a water sign involved in your life, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Does not have to be. Also a Sagittarius potentially, and possibly a Virgo. But not necessarily important. It's just that you may create new connections. But for some of you, I picked up this need to not, like, for some of you, there's like a little newness. If you have a new relationship, or you have a relationship where, I don't know, you're kind of giving the very hopeful side. It's not that you shouldn't, but if that's causing you to get away from like your own self-care or your own thoughts or mind, you may want to start working on that. We already talked about that, of course, but that may be something that comes up where you may be doing a little too much, focusing on that person's opinions or that person's things, and it's coming from a place of, I hate to say it, but naivety, like almost putting something or someone too far on a pedestal. But that may only be for a few of you. For others of you, though, this is just like doing all of this stuff, but then kind of going into hermit mode, but in a negative way, where you may push away certain relationships or interactions, more so you can focus, right? But it's also like, I don't know, keeping you away from what's really important. And again, self-care is very important. So if you haven't been doing that, or you find yourself not doing that, that may be something where you come up with this month, like, I need to focus on myself. I need to do what's best for me. Now, with this Nine of Wands card, there is a sense of defensiveness here. Also making things a little more difficult than they have to be with the situation, especially if you find yourself getting defensive or almost annoyed with someone, or maybe vice versa. Someone's getting defensive and annoyed with you and making things harder than they have to be. So again, I think that's why it's important for you to not get wrapped up in too much of what other people are saying or what they want, or, tailoring yourself to that, because that is an air sign thing. Sometimes y'all try to tailor yourselves to your social interactions, not because you don't have your own personality, but because you care about your people, right? So it's just, there's this thing of trying to tailor yourself to other people. But it's important that if somebody is not being their best self, you shouldn't tailor yourself to that. Don't tie your self-worth to that, okay? But also don't allow it to let you get defensive and booting people out left and right for not conforming to the way that you want them to be, or the energy that you're in as well. Let's see if we can pick anything else up. So anything else Gemini needs to know about May 2023? What are they experiencing in May? Okay. Knight of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Again, Virgo coming up twice. And then we have the Emperor in reverse here. Okay, so we're just focusing on our money. We're planting our seeds. We're creating a foundation, Gemini. That might be your main focus. Like, even if you're not necessarily in a bad space in May, when it comes to money, it's or work or your passion projects, you may be trying to build something, and that just takes a little more effort and energy. Maybe where your main focus is. But again, this wraps around to control. Right? This wraps around making sure that we have it under control, that we know what we're doing, wrangling up any behaviors that may be conducive to what we're trying to do. But there also may be a very controlling person around you. And I do want to say that. Now, this could also be an Aries. Does not have to be. I'm listing out these signs because I see them in the cards. But there may be an Aries, but it doesn't have to be. Someone around you is controlling and almost forceful, a very forceful energy, and they don't like to change. They don't like to do things out of their own mode, and that may be affecting your energy this month too. Be aware of that being you, Gemini, okay? But otherwise, I think that you have a hold on it. It's a great month for growth for you all. It's a great month for discovering who you are and what you want moving forward. It's just about making sure you're not being too influenced about your environment, okay, my love? Thank you so much for watching this quick read, Gemini. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe below. Or follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates. I love you. Bye. Hey, Cancer, welcome to your quick read for May 2023. Let's go ahead and hop into these cards. So the manifesting energy for you is believe in your good luck and focus on the positive. You got two cards. So we have first quarter moon in Sagittarius and new moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius can be important in your life this month. Does not have to be. It could also be your sun, moon, or rising. And I'm going to put these right on here. So when we're talking about focus on the positive, obviously we're saying be positive, think positively. Some of you are going to go into a good luck phase, probably in May. But for a while, I think things are going to start to change around for the better. But it's easy for you to start thinking about issues or ways things could go wrong, and then kind of leading with that from that point forward. So we're thinking about manifesting in a sense where the way you feel is what appears. So when we say focus on the positive, like, yes, think about all the great things that are happening, but kind of keeping a positive mood and an upbeatness. And with believing good luck, obviously the same similar type of message. Believing in your own good luck, but also because you have that good luck and because something's going better, that doesn't mean like neglect certain areas, right? I think Sagittarius, I think of like impulsiveness and like just going after what they want. So it's like, we have to have that balance of like being positive, but also being realistic and practical and make sure we're actually getting things done in a manner that's going to get us where we're trying to go. Because sometimes we overestimate, So keeping a good balance, definitely believing in your good luck. What is Cancer experiencing? So let's get into these cards. What is Cancer experiencing in May 2023? Page of Swords. What is the zodiac sign Cancer experiencing in May 2023? What do they need to know about? Your cards are just coming out full. Okay, Six of Cups, upright. The Devil, upright. Okay. Two of Swords in reverse. Justice in reverse. And Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Interesting. Let's see. So there's some signs that might be relevant to you this month. Does not have to be, but there could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There can be a Capricorn here with the Devil card. And there also can be a, obviously, double time on the Libra with the Justice card here. So I just wanted to mention that. Overall, there's kind of like a mix of energies, but a very predominant one. I will say really quickly, be careful about what you say this month. And I'm not talking about walking on eggshells, but you may come across a situation where you may want to share with somebody from the past. You may be reconnecting with people. And so you may get in this mode where you want to tell all your business or tell all your dreams or even tell your opinion. And that may not go over so well. So I do want to tell somebody that if you're just like, oh, so excited and you're like, yeah, girl, and I think you should and shouldn't do it this way and da da da, that may end up coming back and offending somebody, or they may take that information and kind of put you in a negative situation. So I just wanted to mention that for somebody. It doesn't mean walk on eggshells, but you'll kind of know if you're like in a safe space to say something, or you may just feel like I'm just being honest and I'm just warning you. Also, there could be a thing with drinking as well, or maybe doing something in excess this month, and that causing a problem and putting you kind of in a bad space, in a bad headspace. Because to be honest, if there is an addiction, and this can even be an addiction to trying to, I don't know, doesn't have to be an addiction in the traditional sense, but a habit, okay, that kind of keeps your mind confused and keeps you kind of almost in victim mode and saying that, hey, this is not my fault. This is this person's fault. And so you never really take your accountability. I think this month you end up having to take the accountability for something that you may do or somebody else does, right? So some of you may have that going on. Otherwise, in more positive news, there's the sense of needing to like there's a sense of wanting to learn a skill, wanting to think, wanting to put something forward that you haven't before, get back to your old self. There's this need to get back to your old self, get back to an old dream, maybe even your childhood passions or wants. So you may be kind of working towards that this month. For some reason, a job keeps sticking out. Like there's no pinnacle cards here, but I feel like for some of you, you may come across something that can make you money or lines up more with what you want to do with your career. That may be something that you're trying to do or getting into this month. And it's so interesting that the Wheel of Fortune is here in reverse, but I think it's because there's a little bit of a delay on what it is that you're trying to manifest, again, because of this worry, wart, overthinking, trying to weigh the options, the pros and cons, like mindset that's going on. So you may feel like things are out of your hands, but they're not. It's about changing how you have the frequency that you're on. And a word on that, it's not about unhealthy, positive thinking more than it's about what can I do in this moment, and I'm just not I'm gonna do what I can do, and I'm not gonna put a negative connotation on it and worry about it. Also, there's a reoccurring theme about the past here. This month you may be kind of faced with your past self or faced with a past relationship or friendship or something of that nature. And when you are Cancer, make sure you're assessing how far you've come and the blessings that have come with those things, but you don't get stuck there. So for example, some of you could get like, okay, this person comes back, this situation comes back around, and you may get so nostalgic over that situation that you may get stuck in that mindset and like, I'm not that person anymore. I wish I was still that person, blah, 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 blah. Instead of thinking, wow, look how much I've grown. You know what I mean? And again, this can look like a physical act where you like just start doing everything you used to do in a negative form. Like for some reason, I keep getting the picture of like you used to wear certain clothes, even though they didn't like back then they fit a certain way. And now you're like, I'm gonna squeeze on this t-shirt. Like I'm getting that picture instead of thinking like, oh, that was a nice time and maybe I can find a style like that that compliments me now. It's like, no, I'm gonna just wear this old t-shirt because this. So you see what I'm saying? Like finding the way to be like appreciate the past without living there. Okay. Some of you could have a law situation that comes up as well. I'm seeing a little bit in the cards, and this could be court, but this can also be like just legal papers that need to be signed and figured out, and that could bring some uncertainty to you. But it's almost like I feel like I'm feeling a waiting game. So that waiting for the results of that, waiting to figure out if you're going to get that thing or whatever may cause some worry, but I don't think you have anything to worry about. Clarity. What else is Cancer experiencing in May 2023? Yeah. What else do I need to know about May? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's a waiting game, the Hangman, trusting the universe in May. Doing what you can do with what you're being, with the cards you're being dealt, instead of trying to control any situations. And then the Lovers card. Some of you could be in a relationship. Very happy, very healthy. I mean, it has, its things, but for the most part, it's a very balancing connection that's helpful, and supportive. I also consider that the Lovers card is a choice. So if you're met with a choice this month, make sure it's one that progresses you and is more of the positive decisions than ones where you're trying to recreate something from the past. Okay, Cancer? Thank you so much for watching this video. If it resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below, and follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates. Remember, I love you and hope you're having an awesome day. Bye. Hey Leo, welcome to your quick read for May 2023. Let's go ahead and hop into these cards. So your oracle cards that came out is Be Proud of Yourself, Last Moon in Taurus, and Cool Your Emotions, Full Moon in Aries. Okay, so kind of a mix of energies here. A Taurus or an Aries may be relevant this month or in your sun, moon, and rising, but there's kind of like a mix of needing to address any self-worth issues that you're having this month, knowing that you need to kind of believe before you go on to the next level. Believe in yourself, believe in your actions, and then put that practicality down. This also encourages you to be proud of yourself and to not compare your journey and what you have going on to other people or what you feel like should be being done. It should be about you and what you have going on. But with that, cool your emotions. Don't pick fights, try not to pick fights, or don't allow anyone to pick a fight with you and you get over involved. Okay, we want to keep that from happening in the month of May. So these are things that either are coming towards you, things that you're manifesting, whether it's being proud of yourself or whether it's being cool under pressure. You either may be manifesting this or this may be some advice. You tell me. So what does Leo need to know about May 2023? What are my Leos experiencing? Okay. Four of Swords in reversed. What does Leo need to know about May 2023? Spirit, make it abundantly clear. What is zodiac sign Leo experiencing in May 2023? Ooh, interesting. Okay, we have the Page of Wands upright, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, and the Nine of Swords upright. Interesting. What will Leo experience in May 2023? Spirit, make it abundantly clear. What will my Leos experience in May 2023? Okay, Temperance in reverse and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so you could have your sun, moon, and rising in another sign. I'm not going to tell you, but make sure you watch those to get clarity, right? There's this need to kind of slow down and not put so much pressure on yourself. Some of you could be experiencing a burnout in May.
Some of you may be experiencing burnout in May. Sorry, y'all. My mic start messing up really, really bad here. And essentially, you may get the signs that you should slow down, but you probably aren't slowing down because it's like you're almost so excited about this new thing or this project or whatever that you're not slowing down.
Not put so much weight on this. I'm still doing it anyway. I'm still going to overwork. I'm still going to try to like get to this next goal. And honestly, that's almost in an effort to take a shortcut. Okay. So like sometimes we get into these modes where we want to do something so bad that we'll just power through until we get it done. Just so that we can speed up the timeline that it takes versus just pacing yourself and just waiting until you get there, especially if whatever this is, whether it's a work project or something else, a passion project, just an idea, especially if whatever it is kind of motivated by trying to prove a point, trying to prove somebody wrong, trying to be like the best one, the one on top, like whatever the case may be. Again, being proud of yourself and cooling your emotions, right? Because you may be trying to almost overcompensate or prove a point versus just doing it because you love it or doing it because it makes sense or whatever the case may be. Also signs that may be important are Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, perhaps a Sagittarius, another fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Those are all signs that may be important. They don't have to be. And of course, a Taurus. But there's this energy of like, I want to prove a point and I'm being a little bit of a drama queen or king because things are not going the way that I want them to go. Honestly, some of you may be pushing yourself into stress and like worry, like you're overthinking and overworking and over trying, that you're like you're almost making yourself sad because you're trying to make your life appear a certain way or things appear a certain way versus them actually being that way. I know somebody is triggered right now as I'm saying that. Like, I'm not trying to be nobody, I'm not. But the reality of it is sometimes that happens. Now, this also can be vice versa, where you're dealing with someone who brings this out. This water sign could be coming to you being immature, and it doesn't have to be a water sign, but this person's coming to you being immature, and they're kind of bringing up problems, and your first reaction may be to like say something to them.
So in this recording, I'm basically just saying that you might want to get them together immediately, or maybe something that they say or do triggers you and it causes a lot of worry and sleepless nights and emotions. But you might want to slow your roll a little bit before you say anything. And it doesn't necessarily mean you don't want to defend yourself. And I know a lot of people complain about how, like, I'm always talking about being passive, but
you always tell us be passive. No, it's not about passive. It's passivity. It's almost like wait and see before you have to jump in, because sometimes we're triggered. Sometimes things work themselves out, and sometimes we're triggered by something that honestly won't even matter in 5 minutes. So it's one of those type of things. Also, this goal, this passion, this thing that you want could be putting you in a state of, if it doesn't happen, then what? If I don't do well, then what? If I'm not perfect at it, then what? Which is great. You're amazing. Look how far you've come, and you still have a ways to go. I'm not gonna lie to you, but the journey is the most important part, right, Leo? So there's no need to rush. There could be some disharmony with someone that you work closely with as well. You have an idea, they have a different idea, something of that nature, and that could cause you to want to kind of tussle with them because you like, okay, no, this doesn't make any sense. Like, this is how it should be done. This is the way I want it. Those kind of things. But yeah, for the most part, it feels mental. It feels like your schedule. It feels like you need to worry more so about that and more so about loving where you are in the process and being okay with it taking a long time, especially if it's about your life's work, your life's project, what's most important to you. Give yourself grace. That's all I'm saying for you, Leo. Thank you so much for watching this video. If it resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below, and follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates. Remember that I love you and hope you're having an awesome day. Bye.
hey Virgo, welcome to your reading for May 2023. I am doing a voiceover because unfortunately the sound here got messed up. So your card for the month is Go Wild. I think that's full moon in Leo. And essentially it's pretty much telling you to just let go and see what happens during you doing your part and then leaving it up to chance instead of trying to control or be analytical or try to find different ways to fix a situation. You're kind of going into the idea of doing your part and leaving it there. And that may be what you choose to do this month. An important thing to remember about this card in May is that what you think about manifests. The energy you bring to something is what manifests. So if you're thinking something's going to turn out negatively, that's what you're going to see. If you're thinking something's going to turn out positively, that's what you're going to see. And of course, we want positive results, right? So let's focus on the positive and let's focus on what we actually have control of instead of trying to control others.
Something may be so out of control or have so many moving parts, that instead, like, it's more stressful to try to control all of it than it is to just go, okay. Doesn't mean like quit everything and drop your job or nothing like that, but it also means don't make trying to control it your identity. Don't get consumed by it. So what does Virgo need to know about May 2023? What are my Virgos experiencing in May, spirit? Okay, 7 of Cups in reverse, 2 of Wands in reverse. What does the zodiac sign Virgo need to know about May 2023? What are they experiencing in May? Ace of Wands. Did a flippy flip, so it might be reversed. Judgment. Interesting. What does Virgo need to know? What do my Virgos need to know about May 2023? What are they experiencing in this month of May? Okay, 2 more out. Ooh, yeah, the Tower, and the 10 of Wands. These line right up. These two. Something is a mess. Something is falling apart, and you have to let go of how much you are carrying. Virgo, you may have a tendency to take on everybody's problems. The weight is literally, the world is literally on your shoulders. It's kind of what, literally in your hands. It's how I feel that Virgos kind of behave, where it's like everything is up to me. If this doesn't get done this way or my way or the way that I think it should get done, it's terrible. And this month may bring something to you where it's just so out of your hands that the best thing you can do is just try to let it go. Now, this card can be a sense of determination. It's an interesting message because you may have to power through this, but the what it looks like is not going to be powering through it as in forcing it to go a certain way. It may be powering through it in a sense where you go, okay, I can't control that, but I'm gonna do my part. If this would work, I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna do my job. Oh, okay, this person want to act like this. Okay, well, that's how they want to act. That's okay, but I'm gonna do my part. Like you may have to learn to like let go and relax, and when to fight your battles and when not. For a very important message that came up with the Seven of Cups is wishful thinking. You need something to go a certain way so badly,
or you won't feel like you're getting what you've paid for or what you bargained for. It's almost as if you're basing your identity on this
a
wish.
wish or a option or something that you need, like almost on your identity, or to make a choice on where you go, and what's next for you. For some of you, it may look like having a choice to make and being scared of making the wrong choice. So you're almost forfeiting your ability to choose, and kind of letting someone else take the reins. But the key is to remember that it's not about what's how other people are judging you about, or how what's socially acceptable or what's right, more than it's like, okay, what's best for you? What do you think? You know what I mean? Don't judge yourself harshly in certain situations or things not going right or going a certain direction. Like if you got to do for you, or if you decide that, I'm going to let something go, that's okay. Okay? So you may have to make a big decision this month. You may have to make a choice. You may have to be willing, honestly, to break something apart too, and decide that you're not going to do something anymore. Decide that you're going to do something differently. And that may feel like a tower moment, and it may feel like you're losing a little piece of your identity because you're not necessarily putting your all into serving and servicing others, or being uh methodical, you know what I mean, and like doing things the right way or doing things how they're supposed to be done. It may feel weird to you, but it's best for you. And that's what we need to focus on this month. Okay, stop letting the weight of what other people want, or being kind and being right, or not right, but the righteous, I guess, weigh on you so much. Okay to let go. It's okay to let things be a little wild. And this could be, this may not even be a crazy situation that hurts. This could be just simply like loosening up and having fun. Whereas normally you would be a little more strict and reserved and you know what I mean, put together. You may decide, but you know what, I got this idea, I got this creative thing, and I'm just gonna do it. And I'm just see how it goes. And I'm gonna relax and not be so afraid of whether or not this decision is going to harm me or leave me in the dust. In a way it will. But sometimes it's for you to do. Okay, so you might have to make a decision, a choice. Getting out in nature more is important as well for some of you. You may need to go get some water. I think for some of you, you may be need to, like, you may be going
Back again, y'all. So I'm pretty much just saying here that you may be going on a boat ride, or there may be some sort of trip planned, because I see water and mountains and plants. So you may be going somewhere and maybe getting out in nature a little more. Maybe the weather's getting nicer around you. So yeah.
you have a day where the sun is shining, go. You don't have to stay in and work and think and ponder. You can go get some air. This may not apply to many of you, but because the Five of Wands in reverse came out with the Lovers, it makes me feel as though there's a relationship you're in, or for some of you, blossoming. And there's this competitive edge to this relationship. There's this need to be right. There's this need to, again, this may be the choice that you're making. Like, does this benefit my life? Does this, uplift me? And there's two scenarios, I'm not gonna lie. One scenario is you're being too combative. You're being too competitive. And you're creating stories where there may not be any with this person. And I think, again, this comes from your own anxiety. Like, oh my God, am I making a bad decision? So I'm just gonna pick a fight and poke and poke and poke and see if that helps me make decision. Again, back to that forfeiting your decision, because instead of me having to make it and make this choice with this person, I'm gonna push this person so far where they have to make a decision for me. On the other hand, though, that for some of you, this may manifest as you just don't trust it. Y'all know Adam and Eve in the garden, and there's a snake in the background, and we're just trying to figure out, like, is this trustworthy? You know what I mean? And so we're just trying to figure that out, and we're just kind of like trying to figure out the truth. And or there's a competitive edge to the relationship where it's like you both are trying to best each other or prove each other wrong, or be the right one, be the smart one, be the fastest one, be the one to show the most love, be the one that, like, my reasoning is right, yours is wrong, like that kind of thing. So that may be something that comes up. So there's the healthy side of just opening up, and then there's the other side of like, I'm trying to fight about it. And for some of you, it could be completely separate. I do see a relationship that the relationship is happy, but then there's this sense of like, letting your partner help you, or kind of putting your stress, leaning on your partner, I should say, because there's an energy of like, this might be work, this may be like, I'm stressed out of work, I'm trying to climb the corporate ladder, I'm trying to do something different. I'm getting real competitive and real concerned with the competitive aspects of something, or the aspects of fixing something. And your partner may come in and be like, yeah. Okay, my love. That's all I'm seeing for your May 2023. I hope this is helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If it resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below, and follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates. Remember that I love you, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye. Hey Libra, welcome to your quick read for May 2023. Let's get into your oracle card of what's manifesting for you in May. First quarter moon in Scorpio. Release your blocks. Okay, you also could have a sun, moon, or rising in Scorpio, or you can know a Scorpio or have a Scorpio that's important in your life. With this card, we're also obviously talking about releasing blocks, right? And specifically fear and the need to appear like you're not vulnerable, or that something isn't bothering you, even though it may be. So there's this calling for you, Libra, this month to release those things. I do pick up with the energy of there's a different block, and you may know what that block is. There's someone that you're involved with that you're always like having negativity with, or there's a situation that just don't do it for you. You know what I mean? And you're just still doing it. Or there's a situation where you want to do something, you want to be vulnerable, you want to reach out, you want to start the business, you want to, but something's holding you back. A level of reservedness is holding you back. So that may be your blocks. And only you would know that, Libra. But whatever it is, May be the month where you decide to release it, or you realize like, I kind of have to. And for some of you, that could be just plain old advice. So let's see. What does the zodiac sign Libra need to know about May 2023? What are my Libras experiencing in May? Love that. Good news. Six of Pentacles. And of Cups. Happy communities. Giving relationships. What else Libra need to know about May 2023? What are my Libras experiencing in May? The High Priestess. Okay. What does the zodiac sign Libra need to know about the Queen of Wands in reverse? Three of Wands upright. What does the zodiac sign Libra need to know about May 2023 and the Queen of Pentacles? One thing about a Libra, y'all really are lucky. Anyway, so yes, definitely some energies of community, giving and receiving a lot this month. I think for some of you, this also may manifest in you getting opportunities, getting shown love. For some reason, I'm seeing somebody get an appreciation, like an award, or like it seems like there's like let's say a ceremony, and then there's somebody giving a speech, and they like give you a specific and special shout out. Something like that I'm getting to. And so there may be this energy of like things are going great, but then they're in the background, in the behind, there may be this sense of like lack of confidence. Do I deserve this? Should I have this? Wow, I didn't even know it was all that. I didn't even know what I did was that great. It is. It's wonderful. You could be also on the side, it could be as if things are going really, really well, especially financially, especially with like maybe other relationships. There may be one relationship, or there may be a couple of areas where you just can't seem to figure it out, or you can't see what's going on, or maybe someone has gone quiet on you. Potential people could be in a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. On the other end, it could be a earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Does not have to be, but there's something like that going on this month, Libra, where something has gone cold. And there's a couple scenarios that I'm picking up on too, especially with this fire sign or possible earth sign, is that there's also a sense of they may be kind of wilding out and being a little jealous, or maybe that's something that you may be experiencing with them.
Hey y'all, here's a bad audio clip. So essentially what I was saying here is that you may be fearing being vulnerable in some way this month. For some of you, it'll manifest differently. For some of you, it'll be in a relationship and being too afraid of being vulnerable or saying certain things or doing certain things. And for others of you, it'll be being vulnerable in wanting to do something and not being too confident about how it's going to go, or the fact that you doing it would mean that you have to express things, or I don't know, maybe not like look like you don't know what you're doing, and maybe experiencing a little imposter syndrome. Now here we're talking about the High Priestess, and essentially how you may be getting into yoga, more spirituality, kind of searching yourself inwardly. in order to express that spirituality or that inward reflection outwardly to other people in the month of May.
You may be getting like certain angel numbers and stuff like that that you need to keep up with and look up. There is a focus on money and kind of like workaholicness, almost being too consumed with money and too consumed with those things this month. And not even money, like work, like getting something done, all of those different things. You may even be, I think I might have said this last month too, you may even be considering leaving your job or going somewhere new, but you kind of like don't know about if that's a good thing or a good risk. You may not be doing bad, you may not be in a tough spot, but you want something better, you want something more.
Here, Libra, I was pretty much just saying that there may be an earth sign around you, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, that is kind of smothering you. And I made a mistake and said mothering you, but I said maybe both. Maybe they're mothering you or smothering you, and that's kind of a source of irritation. And there may be some like unsaid words, like almost a sense of you trying to understand them.
There may be a sense of you keeping, either you're being secretive or you're being cagey and someone reacting to that, or vice versa, where somebody feels like you're being like you feel like they're being cagey with you and being weird and you're trying to understand them. Someone, I hate to say it because it keeps coming up, so I'm gonna just say it. You may be getting readings on someone, or someone may be getting readings on you. Maybe one of you is super spiritually inclined, and so you're trying to understand the other through these things. I don't say that normally because I don't believe in that. We believe in trying to pick up those things because honestly, those things are irrelevant if it does not help anybody grow. But I wanted to mention it. It may be something that's happening this month or needs to happen. The color red may be significant or yellow this month. Something you're wearing or should wear. Your children or your family. Maybe big things this month. Somebody's birthday, spending time with somebody, etc. What does Libra need to know about May 2023? Anything else? What are they experiencing? Okay. And there's a strong message of disappointment with how something didn't work out or how something isn't going. And there's like too much of a holding on to the past and holding on to people's opinions of you. You may need to let that go this month. Or at least start working on it, or you may feel like you're constantly trying to understand something, constantly trying to fix something, you're constantly trying to do something about something, but it's like not really giving you results. But I'll be honest with you, Libra, maybe that's just because you're not diving deep enough into why it happened in the first place, which is why you're not understanding why your methods aren't working. The methods probably aren't working because you haven't really figured out what's causing the problem in the first place. Straight channeling, that may be for somebody specific. And then we have for the Ace of Wands, new ideas, new creativity. So there's this positive energy, Libra, where you're getting lucky, you're getting things, you're giving things, you're spending time with family, you're getting into your spirituality, you're growing.
But then there's this energy of
jealousy and needing to be vulnerable and needing to like open up and needing to worry less about work and more about like how that's affecting your energy overall. Okay, my love? But that's all I'm saying for you, Libra. Thank you so much for watching this reading. If it resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below. And follow me on IG for daily updates. Remember, I love you and hope you're having an awesome day. Bye.
Hey Scorpio. So, shout out to Mercury retrograde as I'm filming this because it was not filming your video as I was talking. So I kind of got this far and it wasn't filming. So we're talking, this is a quick read for your May 2023. Your cards are full moon in Scorpio, break through the tension, and last quarter moon in Sagittarius, practice gratitude. So what I was saying before I realized that it wasn't recording and that my mic was messing up my sound was that you may experience some friction this month in some situation with some sort of person, whatever the case may be. And you just may need to take a more relaxed approach to the whole situation, not putting so much energy or attention on how it turns out, what's going wrong, what's not going right, what you don't like, things of that nature, and getting an energy of gratitude, getting an energy of positivity, because you may be tempted to harp on the bad, not because you intend to, but just because it's frustrating. let's just call a spade, right? So we start shuffling your cards and we got the Strength card out here. And Strength is giving me the message of you practicing patience or wanting to in the month of May. Especially with a situation where you feel a little defensive, a little attacked. This can be within a friendship. This can be within a relationship. Your communication with somebody, getting defensive and kind of a little bit competitive to win and to make things go a certain way. Fives are always pretty much like a change or some type of conflict, and I feel like that's what's going on for you, Scorpio. Is this tense situation with this other person, with this group of people, and wanting to win, feeling defensive, feeling like they're not understanding you, and that causing issues in the relationship or in your relationships. This can also be there being a third party. For some of you, I spoke about you being in a third party situation where it's you, them, and somebody else. And this may not apply for all of you, Scorpio, so do not take it if it does not apply to you. But for some of you, that may be where this competitive energy is coming from, because you're fighting for the love, the attention, the rights to this person or to a situation, and that's what's causing an issue this month. But for others of you, it's a simple miscommunication, and it doesn't feel like this is a big fight. This feels like we both have different opinions about how something is supposed to go, and we're almost like fighting for that. And that's what you're trying to have patience for. It's like, I understand why they don't understand me or why I don't understand them. So I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to practice gratitude, and I'm trying to be relaxed, even though I'm irritated, okay? Some of you could pick up meditation or other habits that help through this situation, because breathe through the tension. You also may want to visit or need to visit some sort of like water source, or maybe go outside, something of that nature, just to kind of relieve the tension of the irritation of this situation. Because for some of you, I don't even think it's that big as far as something that you need to be consumed with or will be consumed with, more than I think it's constant. It's constant friction, right? That you're trying to learn to kind of just live through and not get defensive and not get triggered. Which, if I must say, Scorpio, good job. Okay, good job trying not to be triggered. Okay. So moving forward. I'm trying to see if I see anything else going on here. Because this can really be through somebody who you love, and you feel like they're kind of leaving you out. They're kind of pushing you to the side, and they're not understanding your point. Maybe there's a past fight and like nobody's getting over it. But the Five of Wands does encourage everybody to get along, which we love that. Okay, so what else does Scorpio need to know about May 2023? What are they experiencing in the month of May? What is Scorpio experiencing in the month of May? Yes, and then it ends with some good news. 10 of Pentacles, very positive energy, my Scorpio. Some money coming in, some community, family things. Like if you're worried about like the stability of your home, the stability of the things around you, your job, those things. It's almost like it levels out this month and everything is kind of cool. So it's almost off the rest of the subject, but it may be the same subject. You may be experiencing this tension at work or with your passion project, and then this kind of levels out towards the end of the month, and we're all kind of in a place of harmony. We understand each other. We understand the goals, because I think for some of you, it may be a matter of feeling like someone is not following the rules. Now, we're not just talking about rules in the traditional sense, right? We're not just talking about the rules of a job or this is how you're supposed to do something. For some of you, you may have come up in your mind with things that you feel like are supposed to be happening. So for example, you may feel like, I'm 25, right now I should be here. Right now, me and my relationship, we should be there. Right now, my job, we should be here. You see what I'm saying? So those are rules in your mind, and something or someone may not be following those rules. And so you're like getting frustrated because you're like, come on, like you're not doing the thing. Come on, do the thing so we can follow the rules, so we can be in line. And that may be something you're just discovering, Scorpio, but I wanted to mention it to you. Like, that's probably at the heart of it. It's not necessarily that they're doing anything wrong. They're just not doing it the way that you visioned it for your life, for yourself. And so you've subconsciously made that a requirement, and now you're kind of learning that it's an option. Whatever that thing is, you're like, oh, it doesn't have to go this way, or we can still get this way. We don't have to follow these exact rules, or they don't have to say it this exact way for me to feel like it's valid. Okay, so that's something you may come up with. For some of you, though, it is plain old defensiveness, feeling defensive about someone questioning your thoughts or your intentions or the things that you have going on, and just needing to breathe through those those uncomfortable feelings. It's also a matter of just balancing what you want with the needs of the world or the people around you. Also, if you're feeling neglected, Scorpio, or if you're feeling like your needs are not being met to some capacity, that may be something that you need to address and like within more so. Just being honest about the fact that you have to have balance between what you need and what somebody else needs, and not because you're being inconsiderate, but because there's a feeling of not codependency, that may be it, but there's a feeling of like, I need you to do this so that I can feel better. And when that person or that situation doesn't do it, it makes you feel a little rocky and off. And so everything becomes about you feeling that need, not understanding that there's a reason why that need is not being fulfilled, because that person may be going through something, or that situation may need to go through its own cycle. That's for somebody specific. Otherwise, once you kind of gotten through this tension, there's this creative energy. Let's create. Let's do this. You honestly may be very spicy this month, very sexual this month for some of you. So you have a very active, that type of life. Or you just may be feeling very creatively like revved up. Use that energy to create the life that you want versus focusing on this tense area. Okay, my love? But that's all I'm saying for you in this quick read, Scorpio. Thank you so much for watching this video. If it resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below, and follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates. I love you. Bye. Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your quick read for May 2023. Let's hop into your card to see what's coming to you in May. We have New Moon in Aquarius, open up to change. Okay, and I'm gonna just put this right here. So essentially with Aquarius overall, we're always talking about expanding and kind of making things more and better improved, I guess you can say, in all ways. So for you, there may be a lot of change coming up for you in May, Sagittarius, but you kind of need to be a little detached from it, like your fellow Aquarius zodiac sisters and brothers. Being detached, being not trying to steer things in a certain direction for your own benefit or the way you feel like it should go. You know what I mean? So if something decides to fall off, something decides to increase, something decides to go well, you know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have your hand in it, but that also means you don't have to take a complete like detached approach, just enough for whatever this is that's changing to show you that it's for the best. Okay, so you don't necessarily need to have a hand in it, especially if you know you have been pushing towards something or with someone for so long and trying to get it to go a certain way and it just hasn't been working. This is your sign to just kind of open up to it, let it happen the way it's going to happen, okay? So let's get some more details. What does Sagittarius need to know about May 2023? What are my Sagittarius is experiencing in May? Okay, Knight of Swords. Three of Cups. Okay, so we're pushing towards something. Again, back to that same message. An air sign may be relevant this month. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius does not have to be. It's interesting because this is an air sign and this is a Gemini, because we're thinking siblings. Okay, but overall, I think you may be trying to get through to someone, trying to get something done, and it may involve a friendship. It may involve a triangle, or it may involve just multiple people, like whatever this situation is that you're trying to push through involves multiple people and it not going right, or it's possibly causing miscommunications, or has been, or has before. What does Sagittarius need to know about May 2023? What are they experiencing? Okay, Eight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, we're not letting go, Sagittarius. You got to let go. Six of Cups in reverse. Ooh, the Lovers. Something just told me this card was going to come out. This also can signify Gemini as well. Possibly a little bit of Libra. What does Sagittarius need to know about May 2023? What are they experiencing in May? Thank you. Okay. I just heard very clearly the message of distraction. And not in a sense where you're not making progress on something, more so that you're letting something distract you. Like I said a few minutes ago, we have this Knight of Swords and we have this Three of Cups. So it may be a possibility that you are trying to push something along and you're starting to get frustrated in May because it's not coming to fruition the way that you want it. And this may involve a friend, this may involve your siblings, and this could also involve just a triangle situation with you and two other people, you, a romantic partner, and some other type of partner, or this could just be something that involves multiple people. And this really surrounds one of you or all of you having a hard time letting go of the past or the way things used to be, or maybe even
you or them walking away from something and then regretting that decision, especially if there's a lot of skin in the game. Okay, a lot of things, a lot of effort and energy you've put into this situation. And again, if it doesn't apply as far as your relationships go, this could be something else. You put so much energy into something. This was a reflective of something you've been wanting since you were a child. Look at you at the bottom of the deck. Temperance is Sagittarius. But yeah, something you've been wanting this for a long time. You've been trying to get this going for a long time. So it not working out is almost a little bit it's frustrating, to say the least. To say the least, it's not coming to fruition the way you want to. So you're putting that same energy and gusto towards it, but it's almost as if it's not giving it back to you, or it's just not panning out, right? And then we have this Lover's card. Okay, so this can signify just troubled waters in a relationship, a romantic one specifically. It doesn't have to be, and this also can represent just kind of like the negative aspects or negative effects that relationships can have on us. So all of this may be caught distracting you from other areas, distracting you from work, distracting you from moving forward, distracting you from a change that absolutely needs to happen in your life. Now, there's also a sense of feeling the need to give up on something, even though you don't necessarily feel fulfilled 100%, or like you've done everything that you could do, or everything that you were capable of doing you didn't get a chance to do, but still feeling kind of like burnt out from that energy as well. So for somebody out there, like being separated from this situation doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be lost, like you're losing something, or you'll never get it back, or like it'll never, like, you'll never find this love again, or you'll never find this friendship again, or you'll never have this opportunity again. It just means that something needs to be adjusted. And honestly, it'll be easier if you just don't attach so much of your life, and even for some of you, attention, but also your self-worth to whatever this situation is that's changing. Okay, there's also a lack of focus here with the Knight of Swords and this Eight of Pentacles in reverse, trying to focus on career matters, or wanting to focus on career matters, and it not necessarily going right, having not being able to think, or maybe being in such a rush to get something done that you're almost cutting corners. The message that I'm getting, that you trying to cut corners, whether financially or otherwise, it goes against you. Essentially, it's like you're cutting the corners just to ending up making a circle for yourself and being right back at the same point. I hope that's making sense. Because like whatever you're cutting corners on, or whatever you're trying to rush through, you kind of ultimately end up having to deal with anyway. So you might as well just do it the right way the first time. Specifically when it comes to work. But whatever this relationship is, I think it does need a break. Okay. And if you feel like you need to give up on something, it may not even be that. It just may need a break. Okay. So anything else? Anything else for my Sagittarius that they need to know about May 2023? What are they experiencing in May 2023? Any advice? Spirit, thank you. Of course, they give me a million cards. We have Strength. That could represent Leo, the Star, which can also represent Aquarius. There's the Nine of Pentacles. Swords in reverse, and then the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Again, we're talking about these air signs. Y'all see this Aquarius keep on coming up. So an Aquarius may be very important. And then there's also the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So yeah, just needing to be strong through all of the situation. Controlling your impulse. If you have an impulse to do something, even though you've almost even gotten proof that like it's not going to turn out the way that you need it to, just go and take a step back. Okay, find your inner strength to be able to like hold yourself. And for some reason, I'm getting like the picture of somebody like holding in their abs, like during the exercise, and they're like holding their abs. That kind of thing, where you're almost being your own strength for a moment through this uncomfortable situation, so that you can get the results that you're ultimately looking for. I hope that didn't go over anybody's head, but I see it clearly. Okay, wishful thinking, because there's something better if you let this thing go, if you stop letting it take so much of your attention. And if you haven't been paying attention to work, if you have been distracted, if you have been worried, if you have been stressed, or even if you haven't been any of those things, but you just find yourself a little more worried about something than you need to be, like talking about it too much, and you're not really planting your seeds or taking your time or being patient with the things that actually matter to you and bring fulfillment to your life, work, your passions, things of that nature, you might want to switch gears. Okay? You got this, Sagittarius. It's a mind over matter type of thing. Maybe emotion over matter type of thing. Thank you so much for watching this quick read, Sagittarius. If it resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below, and follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates. Remember that I love you, and I hope you're having an awesome day. Bye. Hey, Capricorn, welcome to your quick read for May 2023. Let's hop into this card and see what's coming for you. So we have first quarter moon, assess the situation. Virgo. I said that all kind of wrong, but y'all feel me. I'm gonna put that right here. So when we say assess the situation, it's pretty much take a moment, take a breather, and figuring out what's going on. So in May, you may be in the energy of trying to figure out if something is for you. What are your options? And do I still want what I say I want, what I said I wanted? And if I do, how do I go about it? Do I express my emotions? If I do, how can I express it in a way that is not too self-critical of myself, but also not too self-critical of others? Also choosing not to go with the crowd just because that's what everybody's doing, or what everybody's accepting. Okay, you may have to say to yourself, you know what, I don't know, this ain't for me, and I'm gonna have to do something a little different. Okay, so you may have a lot of opinions around you this month, and a lot of people questioning you, asking you things, telling you things, or just in your sphere, and you have to take their opinions into consideration. So an example of this is, well, not you have to, but you're almost forced to take it into consideration. So for example, if you are a social media influencer and you got a bunch of followers, regardless whether you asked or not, you have a lot of people giving you their opinion, right? For others of you, let's say if it's work, you work with these people, you have to listen to what suggestions that they may make, even if you don't want them to tell you nothing. You may have those things going on, okay? So this is an energy for you to assess whether or not you still want things. And this can be in your personal relationships too. What does Capricorn need to know about May 2023? Let's get the details. What will Capricorn experience in May 2023? What does Capricorn need to know about May 2023? King of Wands. Okay, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. What does the zodiac sign Capricorn need to know about May 2023? What are they experiencing? Again, Knight of Wands in reverse. It did do a flippy flip, so that may be upright, but we'll see. What does Capricorn need to know about May 2023? What are they experiencing in May 2023? What is zodiac sign Capricorn? Wow, King of Pentacles. Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. So obviously that's you. Okay. So I do sense that there is some either fire energy around you or some other earth energy around you. Again, this can be your own energy and you dealing with a fire sign, something of that nature. It does not have to be, but there is kind of like definitely entrepreneurial and ambitious. I'm at work, I'm making this money type of energy, right? But then there's also this sense of childishness and rushing things and getting frustrated at the lack of results. This can also lead to some outbursts between you and this person, maybe a little self-sabotage on someone's part. You guys are facing away from each other from my view. This is what I see. You're facing away from each other from my view. So we have like the entrepreneur who's focusing on that, and then you're over here focusing on your job, or vice versa. And it's kind of like in between there's this. You know what I mean? So there could be something going on there. But let's see. Also, some of you could be the leader of something or leading something. Okay. Interesting. These fire signs, if y'all don't have fire sign around y'all or in y'all sun, moon, and rising, I don't know what to tell you. Also, again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, specifically Aries, if I'm not mistaken, energy. Then we also have the Two of Pentacles, and we also have the World in reverse. We also got wishful thinking, Page of Cups, and the Devil. All in, well, no, reverse, and then this is upright. Okay, so overall, Capricorn, what I'm picking up is that you're trying to maybe finish some things. It's a lot of unfinished things, a lot of things are being left undone. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the month, something is left open-ended. I don't know why I'm saying that, but it's like kind of being channeled to me. Something is left open-ended. Possibly it could be during the month as well, but it kind of needs to be handled, and that maybe where your focus is trying to fix the situation, balance all of your priorities. You're probably juggling multiple things. I'm gonna be honest with you, some of you may be juggling multiple people's. That may not be everybody, but that's something that I'm picking up. But you're juggling these multiple responsibilities, right? And you're just trying to get something done and get something finished. So it's almost like that's where your energy is, and not even just about like money and work. That may be a lot of you guys' intentions, but it's also like if you've been needing to get closure on a certain situation, complete a task, I don't know, put the final payment down on your house, or like whatever, like something is like, you like, okay, I just need to hurry up and get this done, okay, and be finished with this. But that may be taking up all of your intention and energy and attention this month. And again, like I said, this page of cups talks about that childishness coming out, someone being petty, somebody being childish, somebody being a little self-sabotagey. And I did get the message of possibly, if it's you, being careful about that. And obviously Capricorns are very controlled people, so I don't necessarily get the sense that you are like snapping off, japping off on somebody, but I do think it's a sense of, for some of you, creating a unhealthy environment in the event, so that way you can have a way to not do something for yourself. So just basically be careful of that behavior. If it's not you, this could be someone else. But just be careful about like creating a circumstance and then kind of using the circumstance as your way out of a situation. So that you can worry about your options, so that you can worry about the other things that are on your mind or things that you need to focus on. Also, when it comes to making this decision, when it comes to assessing whether or not you still want to do something or move forward with something, consider that, yes, you should assess it, but don't assess it to a point where you're almost trying to see a little bit into the future, instead of just being in that present moment. Because sometimes we give ourselves anxiety trying to weigh the pros and cons. You know what I mean? So this must be careful about like a decision, or not even a decision, but like the many options you have, the many opportunities you have, putting you in a space of, I'm gonna try to do it all until like, to the end of time. Like, no, do what makes you happy and go for it with that. And explore that without needing to feel like you have every little thing covered or every little person and body squared away. There probably is an unhealthy attachment that you either may break or want to break in this upcoming month. See, this can be an addiction, this can be a habit, this can be a relationship, this can be many things. So you may decide to break something down or just keep away from it. By the way, you're in your own reading. This is a Capricorn in the tarot, the devil. And it ain't because you the devil, it's mostly because of the horns. But there's this energy of trying to not get carried away by temptation as well. Okay. We're making our decisions, we're making our cuts, we're making our moves as necessary so that it benefits us in the long run and not momentarily or to combat discomfort. I also wanted to mention that for some of you, you may feel like laziness has no place this month, or you may feel lazy, or you may feel distracted, or you may feel like you got a lot going on, or you may feel self-sabotaging, or whatever the case may be. In this place, but at the same time, it's like you putting your effort towards working towards what you need is probably a better energy than you trying to go the opposite way. And the last point, Capricorn, that I wanted to make is that there's a need to be mentally flexible. I feel the need to tell somebody to consider those around you. If you have a certain mindset about something, or like you have your mindset on something and you can't quite understand or figure out why someone else has the mindset that they have, consider just that. Consider that it may be that you need to explore their mindset more, or probably be a little more understanding to what they have going on. Even if it is just to confirm what you already know, I feel like having that understanding will help you better move forward and look less like you're not being sympathetic. And if you're saying that you want something for yourself, like you have to be willing to ask yourself, are you doing everything that you possibly can to make sure that it goes in that direction? And if you know you're kind of not, and if you know you're being a certain way that doesn't help with your goal, then you may want to switch that up, or vice versa if you're feeling that about someone else. Okay, my love? But thank you so much for watching this reading. If it resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below, and follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates. Remember, I love you and hope you're having an awesome day. Bye. Hey, Aquarius, welcome to your quick read. Hey, Aquarius, welcome to your quick read for May 2023. Let's get into these cards. This card will tell you what energy is coming towards you or what you may be manifesting. And it says, first quarter moon in Aquarius, trust the universe. Look at you getting yourself in your own reading. We let us see it. So the Trust the Universe card in this deck pretty much is asking you to get a little detached to the things that you want and allow the universe to assist you with that, especially when we start to get anxiety around the things that we want to happen. And if I'm being honest with you, Aquarius, I think there's some things in the future that, you probably had planned for yourself since a young age, or just always expected your life to go in this direction, or for you to have this thing, whatever it is. And so now there's a little bit of anxiety around making it happen, to a point where you almost have too much of a grip, and you may even be holding people around you with that same grip, trying to hold them accountable for certain things, or even if you don't intend to, it's just like you have this idea in your head, and so it's almost like unintentionally you want everyone, or not everyone, but the things around you to conform to this idea so that you can feel comfortable or feel like these things are manifesting and happening. So this can go one or two ways. Either in May, you decide to trust the universe more and just let things go, or you kind of be tightening that grip a little bit more and need the reminder, obviously, from this card to not do that. So overall, it's pretty much asking you to not be rigid this month with your thinking, with your words, with your actions, anything like that, okay? So let's get into some more detail. What does Aquarius need to know about May 2023? What will Aquarius, what will the zodiac sign Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising experience in May 2023? What am I Aquarius experience in May? Okay, 7 of Wands in reverse. What does Aquarius need to know about May 2023? What do my Aquariuses need to know? 3 of water. I'm sorry, 3 of cups. What does Aquarius, what does the zodiac sign Aquarius need to know about May 2023? Spirit, make it abundantly clear. Interesting. Okay, King of Wands in reverse. And that also can represent Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, fire sign energy. And we have the Page of Cups. That can represent Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising for either one of those. We have the 3 of Pentacles that came out, which is interesting sitting here next to this 3 of Cups energy. What does Aquarius need to know about May 2023? What will my Aquarius experience in May? Thank you. And the 3 of Swords. A lot of threes here. 333 may be a thing for you, or angel number that you're seeing. If so, look it up, Google it. Angel number 333. If you haven't been seeing it, I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing it after this video, and I'm straight channeling. So that's coming from somewhere. Okay. But looking at these cards, Aquarius, it may be there's a little bit of defense here starting off, but I don't think this is physical. For some of you, just to lay it out straight, for some of you may have to have a little bit of a spat with someone this month, someone close to you. Doesn't have to be a friend. It could be a family member. It could be a friendship, where you may feel like this person is imposing their opinion on you or their way of being on you, and you probably get offensive about that. If I'm being honest, it feels like an internal thing versus them actually putting it on you. They may have a bit of a strong personality. They could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or they could be a water sign. But I don't really pick that up, that matters. But it may seem like this person, their way of being is kind of like imposing on your way of being. So you may be a little defensive and a little bit like heightened, like your energy's a little heightened because you want to be like, I'm myself, I'm who I am. And remember, we were talking about that in your card. This may be your energy towards someone else. It almost gives me the feeling like someone's poking someone with a stick. Because you just like literally like poking the bear type of thing. So it could be you and it could be someone else. Being a little bit, I guess, imposing on someone, and that maybe needs to be discussed. Really interesting thing that needs to be brought up is that this may be due to like a childhood wound or something that has like a reoccurring theme. It's not necessarily that this person is intending to cause these feelings within you, or maybe vice versa. More so than it's just like I said, it's this idea that they've been holding on to, or you've been holding on to this way of being, and then you're just kind of acting it out, and it's coming out in these situations. So it's maybe something that you have to deal with and kind of make peace with almost. So there may be like a breaking up to make up kind of situation with family and friends, or having to go away from certain people, certain things, and then getting closer with those who are more aligned with what it is that you want, or even for some of you, just seeing a different perspective and like learning how to compromise and work with those things. And there also may be a need to set boundaries with someone or with yourself. And when I say boundaries, I mean, I guess boundaries is the best word, is that there may be something that you're entertaining, or things that you're getting into, ways that you're being that are interrupting the life that you want to live. And you may realize like, okay, I need to take a step back. And it's also the same with your career. Like if you're being super over ambitious, because you want this type of money, you want this type of job, you want this type of lifestyle, you want something. And it's not to say that you can't have it or you don't deserve it or you shouldn't work towards that, but there's also a kind of like maybe considering going about it in a creative way, a more relaxed way and not so rigid and not so aggressive to a point where you may alienate other people around you, or vice versa. Again, this could be something that's happening for you, because there is a way to get where you're going. It doesn't have to go perfectly the way that you saw it going, because I know Aquarius to be very people oriented for the most part, and there may be like as far as humanity goes, so there may be this idea like, oh no, I'm not trying to impose anything on anybody, but sometimes it's like it kind of indirectly can be that way if you're being patient but then like secretly urging, and bringing something up, or like elbowing people into going a certain direction. So kind of taking yourself out of that and saying, you know what, it doesn't have to go this exact way. It can go this another way, and it can work out. Also, like I said, some of you could be coming into some new relationships and new friendships. I'm not gonna lie, these feel very light. So these can be coworkers, these can be just people from around the way. Again, it could be a simple conversation that you have with somebody one time, but you may start to see, like, again, a different perspective. They want to work with you. They want to help you get your business off the ground. They want to help you get your idea, like something of that nature, and you end up having a conversation. I just heard for somebody, if you're feeling sensitive about something, and it doesn't have to be sensitive like sad or hurt, but if you feel like somebody is hurting your feelings in some way, or just giving you some little aggy feelings, it's okay to admit that and let them know. Don't feel like you have to put on a show for everybody else's comfortability. Okay? What does Aquarius need to know, Spirit? Make it abundantly clear. In May. What does Aquarius need to know in May? Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we have the King of Cups that came out to finish the reading, the Devil upright, and then we have the Four of Cups in reverse. So there's some emotional sensitivity, a little bit of like emotional blackmail, a little bit of, there may be possibly someone around you who is kind of shutting things off that they don't want to hear or that they don't want to deal with. So that I'm not seeing the importance of that, but that may be something that may be important. And that may be what moves to this loss or this heartbreak, because you're realizing how you need to change something around because of this behavior. Yeah. Also, I hate to say it, but this card directly says stop complaining. Kind of being fussy about something. And let me say, it's not because you don't need to complain or you don't have the right to complain, more than it's like if you're focused on the issue rather than the solution, or like what it is you're gonna do about the situation. But like I said, being too stuck on an idea, then you'll kind of get away from like your purpose. Also, you may be breaking habits this month or need to, because there is kind of like either codependency or like relying on something too much that probably needs to be broken. Like, it's good to adventure into the things that we feel, see, want, desire, but if it gets to a point where we can't like function, then things have to go. Also, for somebody, something that you're taking is causing physical issues like mental fog, stuff like that. That may not be for all of you, but like whether it's drinking, whether it's a pill that you've recently started taking, like if you notice that there was a difference from when you started doing whatever it was to now, consider that may be the cause, or it may be mixing badly with other things you're taking or inhaling. Okay, my love. Again, signs that are very prevalent are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Heavy on the Gemini, heavy on the Aquarius. Okay, my love? But that's all I'm saying for you today, Aquarius. I hope that this helps. If this quick read resonates, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below, and follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates. Remember that I love you, and I hope you're having an amazing day. Hey Pisces, welcome to your quick read for May 2023. Let's hop into these cards, and you actually got 3, so you special. We have first quarter moon in Aries. Step into your power. I'll put that right here in the middle. And we have last quarter moon in Aries. Work through your feelings. And the third, last quarter moon in Capricorn. Okay, leave the past behind. Okay, so the thing that kind of kept coming to me as I was reading through these cards, because these are new oracle cards, y'all. I can't be knowing everything by heart. Is that passion and a plan. So we have our passion, we have our feelings, we know what we want, we're excited about it, and then we also need to like make sure we like make it nice and Capricorny and be strategic with it, right? And have a plan for what the future looks like. So for some of you, their career could be very important right now. You could be trying to figure out what's going on with that and how to bridge the two. You know, what do I want to do and how can I be passionate about it, but also have a plan? If you find yourself having a lot of passion and knowing what you want career wise, money, whatever it is, you know that you care about it. Now it's like, okay, how can we expand it, grow it, you know, start it, whatever the case may be. On the opposite side, if you have a plan, but you find yourself not being passionate about it, figuring out how we can bridge the two. What can we, you know, what can you do to be passionate? Do you have to switch something up? Do you have to change something? Do you have to get out of that thing altogether? Okay. And then with the work through your feelings, it talks about something being in the middle of what you want. And like the hurt feelings kind of being the thing that's in the middle. You got your feelings hurt, and then you just kind of like went dormant. Okay. So there could be someone this month in May hurting your feelings, who has been hurting your feelings. And for some of you, you may be sulking a little bit. Now, mind you, all of these can be vice versa or something else that you're experiencing. But I do feel like it's kind of coming from you, Pisces, where you may be sulking about something that didn't happen. And even if you don't see it as sulking, notice if you've become withdrawn from someone or something, almost on purpose because of these feelings. Okay. So let's get some detail. What does this zodiac sign Pisces need to know about May 2023? What are Pisces experiencing in May? Ace of Pentacles. Okay. What do my Pisces need to know about May? 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. What does the zodiac sign Pisces need to know about May 2023? What are they experiencing? King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Again, also an Aries or Capricorn may be relevant to you this month. The King of Swords in reverse, the Fool in reverse. Okay, what do my Pisces need to know about May 2023? Sun, Moon, and Rising. 6 of Swords. One more. What my Pisces experience in May? Interesting. Alrighty. 4 of Cups. And Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay, so with this Ace of Pentacles, for some of you, and it's going to be a couple scenarios, Pisces, so sit tight. So for some of you, you may have had a plan fall through, a business fall through, may not even necessarily be in May. It may be something like from before. Something has fell through, or maybe you just kind of lost your footing with it and like what direction it's going, or it hasn't been bringing as much money as possible, especially seeing as before it brought a lot of money or a lot of happiness to you. For others of you, this is going to more so look like your foundation within your family or the relationships around you, like what made you centered and made you feel like yourself. Kind of felt like it was falling through after a time of being very abundant, right? So those may be 2 scenarios that resonate for you. And now you may be at a point where you're like, okay, I don't know what to do with any of this. I'm kind of like in an analysis paralysis where I'm just kind of like, okay, I don't know what to do. Like, what's next? Like, I'm trying to make it work. I'm trying to figure it out, but it's not really coming to me the way it was coming to me maybe once before. And like I said, for those where this may be your family or your community or something of that nature, this could be a simple, like some words were exchanged. Someone's attitude or the way they approached you or said something made you feel some type of way. And if I'm being honest, somebody's being very emotionally and verbally manipulative. Saying certain things to be mean, not saying things, being distant and cold, being kind of passive aggressive. Those may be things that come up. Does not have to be, but I am sensing it constantly, so I just needed to say it. But yeah, it may seem like something's coming out of your grip. Okay. So in a way, you're in a transition period, Pisces, where you are transitioning to better things, or just it doesn't even feel like a full transition. Some of you could be moving or traveling, but I don't really sense that. I sense like this is just a change. Like some things need to be shooken up a little bit. If they've been going a certain way for a long time, there's some ideologies, there's some ways of being that just need to change. And this is kind of the universe's way of doing it by shaking it up, making the money fall through, making the opportunity fall through, making that one person get smart with you, like something to plant that seed to change something. And you might be mad about it. Okay. It may be hard to accept this new cup that's being offered to you. I'm sorry. It may be hard to pay attention to what's already here. But if you're already thinking about what you've lost or what you do want. It may be hard to accept something new when you want what you want, or you want to focus on what you had, right? Why isn't this going the way I wanted to go? This is irritating. Like, this is boring. Okay, or this ain't the way I want to go. Like, that kind of thing. So kind of accepting that newness, and again, not letting your feelings and your emotions that are tied to the situation keep you stuck and stagnant, especially if you've been kind of like determined to go after something and it's falling through. This also talks about having a lack of focus as well. So you could be trying to move past whatever this is, but it still isn't really bringing you what you wanted to bring, right? And remember back to that card of work through your feelings. If someone has said something to you, or like I said, harmed you, you just may want to go talk to them about it. It's counterproductive to allow those feelings to run you, and vice versa if you're experiencing this from someone else. In better news though, there may be like a family gathering, there may be like some breaking bread, and in that's what I'm saying, in this gathering that's maybe where the moment happens between you and this person, but maybe not for everyone. For the most part, it's a happy engagement. You spend time with your family, spend time with your friends, everything's all good. Okay, good things coming, good things coming. What do my Pisces need to know about May? Any other messages for Pisces in May? One card, Spirit. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, Six of Cups. So it all kind of works out. If you have been missing a certain feeling, if you have been missing your passion, if you have been missing your children, or the feeling that you used to get when you used to do something, like it has the intention of coming back. I wouldn't be surprised if someone came back into your life if they've been missing an old passion, an old flame, old situation. Something comes back and kind of brings those feelings of joy back. But I have a strong message of like, I feel like I've been saying this to Pisces specifically for a while. Your child is growing up, okay? Your home life is changing. It's time to move. Like, whatever the thing is where you kind of see it, but you're resistant to it. Okay, this may be the month to kind of realize, like, yeah, things are changing. Because you may acknowledge something and still emotionally be doing things against it, pouting, being upset, saying you're not mad, but you are mad, things of that nature. Like allowing that process to happen. You're not losing anything. You're gaining a new aspect of whatever it is that you feel like you're losing. You're just gaining something different. And that ties right into that leave your past behind with Capricorn. Like, whatever it was, it might not be no more. Okay, it may not be that way no more, Pisces. So you may have to let that be what it is. I'm trying to think. Yeah. So remember that passion and a plan, bridging the two gaps. Okay, my love. But that's all I'm saying for you this month. Thank you so much for watching this reading, Pisces. If it resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below, and follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates. Remember that I love you, and I hope you're having an awesome day. Bye. Hey Aries, welcome to your quick read for May 2023. Let's hop into these cards, and you actually got two, so you special. This is what's coming to you or what you probably need to like incorporate in May. So we have full moon in Taurus, detoxify. Okay. And we have new moon in Libra, know you are loved. Okay. Very complementary energies, as Libra and Taurus are both ruled by the planet Venus. Very luxurious, I guess you can say romantic paired energy when it comes to these two. Both value relationships in different type of ways and different type of energies, but definitely value relationships. So Taurus is asking you to detoxify. If you have become obsessive over something, maybe even a little possessive over some type of person, situation, dream, to a point where it's putting you into a negative headspace or knocking you out of alignment, it may be time to let go, or maybe take a step back, because if you're digging your heels into a situation, like, we doing too much. Okay. And then we also have Libra asking you to kind of, again, get out of that energy and maybe perhaps meet new people. So now for some of you, you could have a new relationship forming, new job, anything like that, new friendships, platonic, whatever, forming for you either in May or maybe just in the upcoming months, because I do feel like this is kind of a long-term energy. So new things are forming for you, but you have to kind of be open to them, and you have to be willing to let go of whatever it is you're obsessing over or holding on to. But here's a question for you, Aries. Whatever it is you're obsessing or being possessive over, is it something you actually like or want, or is it just a principle? Okay, are we just digging our heels in because we want to see results for our efforts? We don't like how you did it, so we just want you to do it the way we think you should do it. You know what I mean? We're being a little bit too possessive over something that, if especially if it's trying to crawl away from you, or if it's just a little too difficult, you might want to go where things make you happy. It doesn't mean certain things don't, deserve effort. It just means that sometimes the friction is a signal that it may be time to try something new, or maybe try a different method. So be open to new relationships this month, because you may get them. You may need to get out and meet new people, or maybe even just consider all sides of a situation, maybe like a Libra would do. So let's get some details. What does Aries need to know about May 2023? What does the zodiac sign Aries need to know about May 2023? What are they experiencing? Five of Wands. I'm picking up an energy of like everybody bickering over what they want, and like almost like when you're in a disagreement with somebody and everybody's talking but nobody's listening. So there's a lot of throwing out what we want, but nobody's like taking the time to like compromise or actually hear what you're saying, that kind of thing. What does Aries need to know about May 2023? What is Aries experiencing in May? What does Aries need to know about May 2023? Thank you. The moon upright. Interesting. Three of Wands in reverse. Eight of Pentacles. What does Aries need to know? What does the zodiac sign Aries need to know about May 2023? Two of Pentacles in reverse. That card was trying to come out so hard, it didn't even let me put it back in the deck to shuffle. What does Aries need to know about May 2023? What am I Aries experiencing in May? Okay. The Magician in reverse. And then we have you at the bottom of the deck. Wands represents Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And there's a possibility that that's you. Also, Judgment tried to come out as well. Actually, I'm going to leave these two out because I've been pulling two cards anyway. So, two extra cards. Okay, Aries. So, just going off what my intuition is picking up. Some of you just may be in a situation with someone where you want it to work, friendship or otherwise. You want it to work. You want things to work out, but you almost want it to work out in a way that's comfortable for you. And that person wants it to work out the way that's comfortable for them. So it's almost like we're just throwing sticks. We're not even really, we're so busy being competitive that we're not even trying to make things work. Okay. So that may be an energy that comes up, and that may put you in a very thoughtful mood where you have to kind of go internal, figure out what's going on with you. For some of you, I'm picking up therapy, even whether you're considering it or it's just something that you're already doing. Therapy may be big in the month of May. Doesn't have to be. It's just that you're almost a little introspective in the month of May and considering, why am I having this reaction to this? What do I need to do? Maybe I'm a little sad about what's happening, or whatever the case may be. And that may put you in a state of trying to figure out, okay, what the heck am I doing next? Like, what can I do to grow from here? From whatever this is, whatever happened. Again, for some of you, it may not even be a fight. It could just simply be trying to climb the corporate ladder, or you're steady trying to make something work and it's just not working. Okay, well, if that's not going to work, then what am I doing? We asked this question last month, right? So we may have resolved to just work. Okay, work on ourselves, work on our projects, put our heads down, and do what, from hearing for somebody, do what normally, like what actually ends up working out. So for instance, putting energy where you're going to get a result versus things that you can't. And I hate to say it, but typically that is work. You work, you get a paycheck. I don't know, film the video, you put it on YouTube. Whatever the case may be, like you know where you're gonna get results with something, versus places where you're kind of uncertain. So that may be the energy that you're taking. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some issues juggling all of it, though. All of those responsibilities, all of those thoughts. I just heard for somebody, because you got your work and you got that going on and your future and all of that, but then you almost also may be like juggling how you feel, or juggling trying to keep your life together. And I just heard for somebody feeling like juggling having the like emotional, energetic energy to do what it is that you need to do. Like constantly trying to keep yourself up. But that may only be for a few of you, especially if you feel like you're lacking resources in some way. And when I say resources, that could be anything. Of course, we're thinking funds, having a car, stuff like that. But we're also thinking like, I want to fix this issue. I want to work on this thing. But do I have the time to go to therapy? Do I have the mental energy to go get it? Of course you do. Of course you do. You always do. You always have the confidence and you'll pull through. I think sometime by the end of the month, you kind of figure out what it is you need to do to sort all of this out. Again, especially if you make the effort to detoxify, to let go. And this could be a literal detox. Like you may literally take the energy to like, okay, I'm gonna stop drinking this, eating this, not going to bed at a certain time, whatever the case may be, to get you back to your energy. And also for some of you, this can be like career leveling up too. This little competitive energy here could just be you trying to level up in your career and just kind of trusting the unknown and kind of having a little bit of imposter syndrome. But no matter. If you're trying to figure out if you should make a decision or not, or like I said, if you're digging your heels over something, into something or somebody to make a point, also consider if you're doing it more so out of fear. So you may think it's something else. You may think that it's like, I care about this person or they owe me or this and this, whatever. It doesn't have to be a person. You may be digging your heels in for some other reason, but really it may be fear of not knowing what it looks like if you don't have such said thing. I think by the end of the month, you either figure it out or you decide, like, you know what, it's okay for me to not have this thing. Okay, this is unlike me to feel this way. Maybe you feel a little more clarity. Don't deny yourself of your potential and even the opportunities that may present themselves to you this month. Okay, my love? Thank you so much for watching this quick read, Aries. If this resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below, and follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates. Remember, I love you and I hope you're having an awesome day. Bye.